Welcome to Elvis Friends Matter, and we got a couple more questions we're going to answer for you, and we'll get started long about right now. Miss Danielle will hand them out and we'll answer.
All right. Here's a question that says, why in the world do you think the people that are making Elvis movies have not contacted you two for any insight? And how does that make you feel?
Well, first of all, it's handled, by the estate, and of course,
he's on the blacklist.
yeah, and I'm on the blacklist. Priscilla, she wouldn't agree to that or anything like that, so I think that's pretty much the reason they hadn't reached out and all. And it kind of hurts my feelings some, but I'm not going to sit around and worry about it, that's for sure.
No.
And that's just the way it is.
It's like, to me, it's almost like, okay, when Elvis was alive, you were close, and he, he favored you a lot and a lot of different things, but he's gone now, and what are you going to do about it? That's how I feel. It's almost like a get back.
Yeah.
All right. The next one says, do you and Billy have any intentions of ever releasing your own book?
I've thought about it, but I don't know. It's kind of doubtful right now.
A book, if you really get into it and really tell it like it was, it takes a whole lot out of you.
It does. Yeah.
And it's like, I know when we did the book with Marty and Lamar, it would be, it was depressing, just, I don't know, just hashing over a lot of old things that just came up. I know, like during Elvis week, I'd get real depressed, and it's just hard. It's hard to do. I mean, it would be a lot of stuff, and it would all be whatever we did, it would be the truth, but it's just a hard thing to do. It's hard to go back and talk about somebody's life that meant that much to you, and that I don't, and like he's Billy's family, and it's just, I don't know, we'd have to think about that for a while.
Yeah.
But you never know.
No, you never know. Never know.
One follower sent a question that said, I've heard that there was a girl/woman named Laura who fainted at one of Elvis's concerts, and he helped revive her, and they ended up becoming friends. Do you know Laura?
Don't know her, but I do
Remember the
remember
incident?
seeing the incident where he, but that was back in the earlier years, from what I understand. But
I never met her, or
never met her or anything like that.
but they could have remained friends. Not real close, because we, you never heard of her.
Did Billy get to meet Natalie Wood when she came to Memphis, and did she stay at Graceland?
That was on Drive.
No, I never got a chance to meet her. She was only here a couple of days. Nick Adams, I think, came.
Wasn't that
They
on
came
Audubon?
together. That was on Audubon Drive,
Audubon.
not at Graceland.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no, I never did get a chance to meet her. Would have liked to. I think she was, good actress.
I liked her.
All right. Do you know how many times Elvis performed without Charlie Hodge?
Oh,
That'd have to be in the early days, wouldn't it?
I can only think of one. and that was back in the 60s, early 60s, when he did a benefit show here in Memphis. That's the only time I can remember.
Well,
Then it was movies, you know, and it just,
Yeah.
he didn't do concerts.
All right, this is one, and it comes up a lot on our videos and on our Facebook page. It says that surprisingly, fans weren't asking at the Q&A. They're not asking you about Elvis's other daughters. That there's supposedly one named Debbie that Priscilla gave permission for her to speak outside of the hospital when Lisa died. And they said, only Billy would know this for sure. I mean, there's not a...
There's
there are no.
there are no other kids
Right.
that Elvis had outside of Lisa. That's all. No more.
It would be easy for them to
Yeah, we get that.
distinguish that. All they have to do is have a DNA, and I mean, why wouldn't they want to? Or
That just just not true.
Yeah.
There's
It
all
comes
kinds
up a
out
lot,
there that
and
saying,
it's-
they
yeah,
Elvis's sons or Elvis's daughters and all that, and that's a bunch of hogwash, just not true. But
This one says that Larry Geller has told a story that Dr. Nick put Elvis's head in a bucket of ice water under Colonel Parker's orders. It doesn't say why, but it says that Larry Geller said that Dr. Nick put Elvis's head in a bucket of ice water under Colonel Parker's orders. But do you know anything about that?
I never heard
I
that.
never heard of that either.
No. I wasn't at ever concert. I mean, there was, when I didn't work for him, I don't know what went on. I never heard anybody mention it, but
Never heard
you know,
Elvis say anything
no,
about it.
I mean, why would I just don't? I guess I'm just confused on the question. Why would anybody do that?
Well,
Well, they're insinuating to bring him around.
yeah.
Okay,
That's what
I
they're
got you. Okay.
I mean, he may have took too much sleeping medication or too much, medication altogether, and they couldn't, bring him around. They might have done it.
But why would Colonel Parker tell
I don't
Dr.
know
Nick?
about
Dr.
that.
Nick would be the one to say whether or not he needed to do that, not Colonel Parker.
Right.
So I doubt that.
Okay. But I mean, if Larry's the one telling it, maybe reach out to him and have him explain what he means
Yeah.
a little bit better. But to your knowledge,
No.
that's not something that you know about right off and go,
No.
oh yeah, okay. All right, let's see. We have a big one, and it keeps coming up on the YouTube channel. I'm not really wanting to ask, but because I don't think there really is, but everybody wants to. It's the same question. Why is there tension between Priscilla and Billy and Joe? There's not ongoing tension.
No.
I mean, you have your past.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And
Some of the questions come off as, why does Billy and Joe hate Priscilla so much?
We don't.
There is no hate.
I don't hate.
We've had no. We haven't even spoken to Priscilla. Or we don't. I started to say or Lisa, but we don't have any.
I mean,
I have hard feelings about some of the things that happened
yeah.
after Elvis passed away, but we've never had any ongoing arguments
Like
or
ongoing
anything.
battles or anything.
No.
Another question that was here, and I believe Papa answered it at the Q&A, but we'll ask it here. What if Graceland were to ask you to come and do something at the estate? Not that they have, not that you think that they would, but if they did ask you to come to do a presentation or to do something, would you consider doing it?
Yes, I would. I mean, you know, why not? I don't, you know, like I say, I don't hold no animosity towards anybody, you know. I mean, you know, I've told stuff about Priscilla, you know, that I know, that Elvis has told me, or that I know about, and maybe you know, stuff she didn't want to hear or didn't like, or you know, whatever. But you know, that's outside of that, you know, and being fired from Graceland, you know, I have no, you know, nothing personal, you know, against anybody. And yeah, I would, but I don't think it's going to happen. But
Right.
I would.
I don't either.
But and another question was, do you feel that Riley is prepared or is going to do a good job going in her, basically in her mother's place?
I hope she does. I wish her all the luck in the world. You know, continuing
We've
on.
never
and-
met Riley, but
and I've never. That's right. I've never met her, and
she
and
she
don't know
seems to be a very intelligent,
Yeah.
level-headed, caring person, and I think she will.
And hopefully she does. I mean, it's a lot to take on, but from what I've seen and read, she looks like she has a good business mind and is prepared. So, a question, and it just came in when I was looking at them. I'll put this picture up on the video. You know the one I'm talking about. We've had it posted. The roustabout photo with Jim Brown. Someone said, "Who is that standing directly behind Marty?"
Jimmy Kingsley.
Jimmy Kingsley.
Jimmy Kingsley. Okay. All right. Good. That question just came in. Also,
They'll notice Jimmy Kingsley if they watch it happen at the World's Fair, where it starts off and he's actually holding these, you know, balloon and dancing as they're coming up the steps with a band and all.
okay.
He's leading, kind of.
He worked for Elvis
And
for
he-
a while.
Yeah.
Okay. In the photo of Colonel's birthday, who is the lady?
That's just
Parker.
Miss Parker.
That is okay, and that's what I told him. I said that I believe that he said that was his wife. I also put this picture up at the end of the video, but we've had several ask who everybody is in this picture. Do
That's
you?
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
On that end.
Okay.
Richard.
Nick Adams, Miss Parker, me, Colonel, Elvis, Joe, Alan, and Marty.
Right.
And again, I'll put these pictures up at the end of the video if you haven't seen them on our page. They are good pictures, something you can get a good look at and see. But we've had several saying that they just asking who everybody was, and then in the Jim Brown picture, who was behind Marty. So for right now, that's all the questions that I have. I put a post up and had several questions come in. So if you've been watching the past couple of weeks, you've seen those questions being answered. Go ahead and send your questions in. Again, as I've explained on the last video, you can message the Facebook page, or if I have a post up with questions, because I'll remove that post so that nobody keeps adding to it. I'll start a new post for questions. You can post them there, message the Facebook page, or if you do not have Facebook, and a lot of you don't, you can comment on the YouTube channel. It'll let you comment if you're subscribed. And if you want to comment there, we can get your questions. I'll also put my email address on the video, and that way you can shoot me an email if you're more familiar with that. But keep sending your questions in, and I mean, even if they've been asked, they still will answer on new
Everybody
videos, and
doesn't sit, you know.
especially if you're not caught up. If you want to go back through our channel, we have several videos from the question and answer back during Elvis week that we did that answers a lot of questions, and they're a lot of fun. Some of them are very long videos because I got an entire day of sessions on there. But if you have time, we'd love for you to watch them and then send us your questions.
Yeah, and people have asked about me and Joe and all, and all I can tell you is, about our love life, and we got married in a fever, hotter than a pepper sprout. And that's all we're going to tell, and that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
And with that, let me say, Elvis fans matter. Didn't mess up at that.
No, you didn't.